Jennifer, and I have my niece here, Tanitra, and my husband who is recording me. He's going to just wave his hands. And I'm doing my presentation over the Ebola virus. And the Ebola virus is one of the most virulent pathogens known to mankind. The Ebola virus first appearing in 1976, present day Democratic Republic of Congo near the Ebola River. The Ebola virus is a very severe, often fatal illness in humans. The first outbreak infected 284 individuals and displayed a mortality rate of approximately 54%. Almost all daily outbreaks have been limited to Central and Western Africa. However, modern transportation creates a danger for the entire globe. An individual exposed to Ebola virus may not be aware of it for several days. In the meantime, he or she can fly to virtually any place on Earth within a matter of hours, thereby unknowingly transporting the virus. This statement is not to intend to create a global panic. However, I believe it is enough to cause global medical community to be vigilant. Since Ebola is a virus, it cannot reproduce unless it takes over the mechanism of fully operational cells. It enters the body from a bite of a mammal, usually a fruit bat or ape-like humanoid. Symptoms usually occur within 2 to 21 days after exposure and will usually include sudden onsets of fever, weakness, muscle pain, headache, sore throat. The final stage usually includes multiple organ failure, altered mental status, shock, abnormal bleeding from every orifice. I have a slide here that shows that where this how the bleeding on this here picture, on that slides here. Okay. And electron microscopy has allowed us to see a virus. Here we have an image that was used for artist rendition. And this is going to be slide 7. This picture is electron microscopy has allowed us to see a virus here. We have an image, that was the image that was used for the artist rendition. The color displayed in the artist rendition was added for effect. This is slide 8. You can see here, slide 8. Slide 8 here, which this is an actual image of a virus. It consists of RNA strand containing a bit of genetic information. Since it is a virus, it must enter a cell and hijack its mechanism to reproduce. Ebola is part of a family virus known as the Filoviridae family. Viruses from families tend to be highly pathogenic. The degenerative symptoms that often make Ebola difficult to distinguish from malaria, typhoid fever, and meningitis, especially during the initial stage of the infection. The Ebola virus is a meticulous and gruesome killer. Nearly every organ in the body is attacked. Once the virus enters the body, it immediately attacks the immune system. The virus kills the body's T cell, lymphatic cells. This is the same cell that is crucial in the spread of AIDS. Ebola is far more aggressive than AIDS and moves through the immune system, spreading its damaging effects more quickly. The Ebola produces proteins that interrupt the signaling process between special white blood cells, known as dendrites, and other immune cells. Disease management. Family members, healthcare workers, and even burial parties are on the front lines in the Ebola battle. This individual often do not have the proper medical equipment, nor do they have the proper education of accepting medical operating procedures. A major reason for the spread of Ebola virus is cultural. While this reason is non-medical, It is really, it is real. Part of educational process and the acceptance of standard operating procedures is to realize that Ebola is not magic and operates according to the scientific laws. While building this attitude will not remove Ebola virus from society, it will help control the spread, the virus, and reduce the irrational panic often associated with the disease. The fight to find a Ebola vaccine is ongoing, the, if though the going is very rough. During the during the two last major Ebola outbreaks in Central Africa, the transmission rate was reduced markedly. This was primarily due to increase in safety supplies, gloves, sterile gowns, face masks, and respiratory equipment, and better standard operating procedures and proper disposal of medical waste. Until a cure is found, prevention is the key to avoid the Ebola virus. Central and Western countries should be avoided by travelers. If this is not possible, one should be careful to avoid fruit bats and ape-like animals. If you suspect that you have been exposed, seek professional medical attention immediately. In conclusion, the Ebola virus was born in Central or Western Africa, has produced several deadly outbreaks since its first known appearance in 1976. It is not much of an exaggeration to say that the virus creates a level of panic in some areas not seen since the Black Death swept across Europe. Thank you, and that will end my presentation over the Ebola virus. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.